Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most legit podcast you will see on YouTube and SoundCloud today. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Lwn Podcast on legit wrestling news. Welcome your faces. This is going to be pretty legit, as you can see in the title. So let's just get into this. I am your host, Aiden. So let's get right into this. So the first thing today I'm going to address is the news on Finn Balor, or the former Universal Champion's injury at SummerSlam. Now, I found this news out as soon as it happened, or as soon as it was announced by WWE, and as a true Irishman myself, I was quite disappointed to hear that Finn Balor had worked all this time to kind of achieve his goal like that and just have it ripped away from him from an injury. Now, I am impressed with what he had done for the match, as it was announced that he did dislocate his shoulder early in the match when Seth Rollins powerbombed him into the barricade. But what happened is he popped it back into its socket and continued the match, and to win the match. And it was also, I thought he showed real class when he had to relinquish the title the following night on Raw, thanking everyone that made the dream possible and things like that. So, first thing I want to announce today is how I think WWE should book the return of Finn Balor. Now, there are two sides to this. I would love to see him as a face, and I would also like to see the Bullet Club, to be honest. I mean, they're all in the same brand apart from AJ. It's pretty much eminent that it should happen. I mean, Gallows and Anderson were probably brought in to make this club, as Balor was the original member of the Bullet Club, or leader. But yeah, like, honestly, I would really have, because it says he's out for just 6 months actually, up to 6 months. Now, if I'm right, I'm pretty sure that makes it so it's March. I'm practically almost completely serious and confident that WrestleMania always happens in April, but I don't know if it's in March. This won't work. But basically, have Seth Rollins, I would have Seth Rollins win at Clash of Champions, which will be when the tournament ends. But I would have Seth Rollins beat, I don't know, maybe, I don't even know really, just win the match. I would honestly have him fight either Kevin Owens or, God, it's really, really hard. Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns. If they put Roman as the Universal Champion, I don't know what I'll do. But Seth Rollins, because, I mean, he was the man that came second, if you will, on with the Universal Championship match. I mean, he won his Battle Royal, he won his final match against Sami Zayn. Well, I wouldn't mind to have that match, but then again, I think Zayn was put out. But I wouldn't mind having that match, but he won the Battle Royal, he won the match against Sami Zayn. He came up just a little bit short to Finn Balor. So it would only be right to crown him as champion and have him kind of carry the company as the future until Finn Balor is healthy and well to come back. Because WWE got behind Finn Balor so much in those previous weeks. And just, if Finn Balor, you can see him on the screen, I am a great fan of him. But if Finn Balor just came back, let's say, I don't even know what pay-per-view it is, but if it's maybe just say Fastlane, just to have Rollins be in the ring and ranting about the fact that he should be appreciated or something, and then just have Balor's music hit, and then he comes out and he confronts Seth Rollins, and then Seth Rollins tries to cheap shot him backwards, the spin drop, or the spin super kick to the stomach, and then a Pele, or as Michael Cole calls it, the overhead kick. Don't do that, Michael, please don't tell me Vince McMahon made that thing. Because, I mean, you still call AJ Styles the Pele kick, so I don't even know. Oh, by the way, congratulations to AJ Styles, basically retiring John Cena. But, so yeah, have that happen, and a bit of hate caused. Stephanie and Mick get involved, just say, well, I mean, Balor never actually lost the championship, Seth. This kind of opens up a lot of ideas for him, and kind of have, the main event, Balor, Rollins to, 6 months in the waiting or something like that. Basically have Balor win, maybe even debut a new finisher. I don't know. You could call it the King of Demons. I don't know. I don't really know. But my first view for this, both of my views are basically the same, except for the ending. So the ending of this is Balor wins. He's happy. He holds the championship, and then he goes on for a historic reign, something that beats CM Punk, beats John Cena, just to really get behind Finn Balor. My other view is to kind of have either Balor win, but then like Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows come out, and you think to yourself, uh-oh, what's happened here? Are they going to attack him? But like the crowd will know. But I mean, well, we should know, I guess. But so basically have that, and then Balor and Rollins kind of swap places, if you will, the double turn. So Balor's now the heel because Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows come out and they level Seth Rollins. Then comes Balor and they all stand in the middle of the ring, do that like devil horns kind of like high five thing, and then all of a sudden you've got, oh my god, this is the Shield, everything like that. But have them like rival with the New Day and be like, basically be the Shield 2.0, and that's like what they're basically running about calling themselves. The Balor Club is the Shield 2.0. I think that would be really good. Or the other idea I would kind of have is like same thing, but only Rollins hits the Phoenix Splash and pins Balor with his feet in the rope, and everybody boos him, and then Balor kind of stays face and turns Gallows and Anderson face, and it kind of becomes a thing where they shake hands at the end of the match, but Balor then whips him around, goes with whatever, like if he debuted a new finisher or whatever, or kick him, do the coup de grace, and then have them come out, and all of a sudden it's like the face thing. They're running roughshod. They're trying to get the championships where they belong. They're trying to make Raw a better place, trying to make sure that Rollins does not reign for any longer. I think that'd be really, really cool. So yeah, pretty much like that. Book it, Vince. I hope that happens, but honestly, I think Balor should definitely... Honestly, I'm gonna go with my first option mostly. Like, that's the one I can get behind the most. Balor needs to win that title again. He just needs to have that. It's just right. It just seemed right when he had that title. It was just something that you could get behind. It wasn't like, I don't really care how ugly this title looks. I don't care what fans think about it. I don't care about any of that. I just really want Balor to become the face of the company. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the John Cena versus AJ Styles match. Now, that was clearly in my mind match of the night at SummerSlam. It was just amazing. I mean, the fact that Cena kicked out of the what do you call it? Not the Phenomenal Four, the Styles Clash, and then like Cena hitting like an off the ropes at AA, and everybody thinking, you know what, Cena wins, lol, and then Styles kicked out, and it just made the match so like intense. And I'm not gonna go as far as saying it beat Owens and Zayn, but it was a very stellar match. I mean, like, Owens and Zayn at the last pay-per-view was honestly the best, but I honestly do think Styles Cena was a close second. And then just that ending, Cena kind of eminent, takes off the armband, lays it in the ring, gets out, salutes to the crowd. It was just kind of the perfect send-off for a future Hall of Famer in John Cena. And I just think WWE couldn't have done that better. I mean, I think it has been in talks for a long time now that Cena will be going part-time, like The Undertaker or people like that. And just, it'll make his legacy even better than it already is. I mean, John Cena fights maybe one match a year, tries to withstand that Survivor Series record that he has. Maybe he has, I would say, now it doesn't look, because he's probably going part-time now, it doesn't look like he's going to beat Ric Flair, but who knows, maybe he come back, win the championship, hold it for a while, just give a prestige to it. Excuse me. But yeah, I think they're going in the right direction. They need to have Cena kind of step aside, let new talent in, have AJ Styles get a run with the title, because he needs that. AJ Styles is such a great wrestler. He's arguably the best wrestler in the world. I would definitely say that. I mean, when he was drafted to SmackDown, I think he would have done better on Raw if the club was still there, because it would have just made it a lot better. But I'm definitely gonna like get behind AJ Styles in terms of the future of SmackDown. But yeah, now next thing on the agenda is the women's division. I was originally upset because I didn't know the whole story behind it, but I was originally upset about the ending to the women's match. It was a great match. Sasha Banks, please tell me you're okay. I mean, honestly, like, she suffered so much pain in that match. It looks like, I know wrestling's fake, I know it, but it looked like it got so real. It looked like she was actually in pain. And she has had injuries in the past. That's why she's taking time off. She's taking time off to like get rid of, or like basically just work off injuries, things like that. So yeah, those are some big points of SummerSlam, and then I haven't actually seen Raw or SmackDown yet, but yeah, pretty much. Also, I have watched the documentary, or the first episode of the UFC documentary about CM Punk, and I also heard him talking about he doesn't miss wrestling. I don't think that's the last of that. Oh, yeah, I don't think that's the last of that. But another thing, Conor McGregor, the way he was roasting them on Twitter, and WWE fans and WWE like superstars were like responding to that, and kind of saying we could break you in two. This kind of makes a good position for like Conor McGregor opening up the door to WWE, saying there's a possibility he could come in, he could try and prove it, a Brock Lesnar type of thing. I could honestly think it work. It would work. I mean, basically him go over and make money there, things like that. But honestly, I think CM Punk, I think he will make a return at some point. And in terms of returns, this has been kept quite quiet, but Shelton Benjamin was supposed to return to SmackDown a few weeks ago. Injured himself in like training or whatever, a shoulder injury. Can't make it back sooner than he expected. In terms of returns, some things I would really like to see. Shelton Benjamin, he just needs to return. It would be great if he had maybe a run with the United States Intercontinental title, something like that. And also maybe have a run with, I don't know, tag team championships. He could like make it a 3-way thing, American Alpha, because remember he was part of the greatest tag team with Kurt Angle and all, and they were kind of like full American. But I think that would be a great way. Have him kind of like branch off. I wish they would kind of branch off and make ECW, because ECW holds so much, like maybe just, even if it's only like a show relatively seen, it's like all matches are Extreme Rules or something like that. Just have like the best hardcore fighters in the world all come together for this one brand. I think that would be great. But in terms of NXT now, that's what we're going to be moving on to. Shinsuke Nakamura, new NXT champion, most likely moving Samoa Joe up to the real roster, calling him up. I would honestly say he should go to Raw, because I mean, it's kind of all processed in the way Raw is going to be the show where they're kind of handing the torch, passing the torch to the rookies, to the more NXT superstars and the more experienced superstars like AJ Styles and John Cena and people like that. They're kind of passing the torch and saying, hey, this is your show now. You need to prove what you can do, when you can do it, how you can do it. We want to see it. We want to see it happen. Do it now. So kind of have, it's just all molded in. I think the brand split was perfect for the way it was made and things like that. So yeah, I mean, even like with Bayley coming up to the normal roster, Raw, great replacement for Sasha Banks while she takes a break, things like that. Good feud with maybe Charlotte. And yeah, now in terms of Dolph Ziggler, got a mad reaction in SummerSlam when he came out. I think they should definitely get behind Dolph and push him for some kind of title. Like, let me just remember. Yeah, it's the Intercontinental title on SmackDown. But at the same time, I want to see Miz go on, hold the title, get a record, because Miz is a great superstar. He's great in the ring. He can do a lot of things. He is the A-lister. But I would say add prestige to the belt, maybe break the honky tonk record. But I would honestly say we should see, or we could see and probably will see, Dolph Ziggler get the title and hold it for a while. In the near future. But yeah, I don't know how to really explain it. Also, I will put these on SoundCloud, as I've already said, because I started off the podcast with the most legit podcast on YouTube and SoundCloud. So SoundCloud is going to be the other main. It will be a weekly thing for followers only. I think I can do that, I don't know, but this will be the main hub of everything on this channel. Now, sure, if you don't like anything to do with wrestling or anything like that, if you just say maybe gaming's more your thing, head over to my first channel, Fuse Quarter 21, or my other channel. I basically take these both at the same pace, but Fuse Quarter 21, I post almost daily. Well, it actually depends. I don't really, because like there's times I put a lot of effort into this. I hope this channel goes far, but I've only got 16 subscribers. I'm nearing 1,000 overall views. I would really appreciate it if you went over, subscribed, checked out my content. Just give a little bit of time in your day to check out the content. I do live streams second to none most of the, like all of the time. And they're just so fun to make, and I really enjoy talking to my fans. And usually I do playing with fans on Fridays and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm still a school student. I'm still only a second year. I'm only the age of 12 coming on 13, so it's kind of hard for me to fit in everything. So if there's days I miss uploads, don't think it's because I'm neglecting YouTube. It's because I'm still young. I still do other things in my life like basketball, and I have homework and everything like that, and it's just schoolwork all the time. This channel will still be, and my other channel will both still be one of my main priorities in life. I still love editing, making content for you guys, pushing out content, talking to my fans, making friends on YouTube itself and things like that. It's just really, really fun. I love collaborating with other people, other my friends who do YouTube not as seriously, but I kind of love the whole idea of being on YouTube, posting content for my fans to see and things like that. Also, if you like the idea of the podcast, I will keep going. I'm obviously going to keep going anyway, but if you like the idea, maybe I'll start one on my other channel for like maybe zombies or something. But I honestly don't know. At the minute, I will probably move on to something else in wrestling. I don't really know that much about wrestling apart from WWE. Well, I know like TNA and returns. Oh, right, that's what I kind of like slipped off a bit there and started talking about other things. But in terms of returns, I know that WWE would be interested in seeing Jeff Hardy return, and I know for a fact, like I used to follow Jeff Hardy all over the world, wherever he went, and I know for a fact that Jeff Hardy has said on multiple occasions he is interested in seeing himself return to WWE. I mean, it would kind of be a great storyline or a great way to break the news. Say, he said he wasn't saying goodbye. He would be back someday, and all of a sudden have a cut in, and it's like Jeff Hardy, and that'll get such a reaction from the crowd. The crowd want to see Jeff Hardy back. It's a thing. Jeff Hardy was so fun to watch, so fun to get behind. He was great, the charismatic enigma. He did whatever he needed to do to get the job done. World champion, WWE champion. Everything was great about him. Also MVP. Wouldn't mind seeing him come back. Great, funny, superstar. Always was there to fight. Had a few feuds with like legends and all, didn't he? He fought Ric Flair in 2007. Things like that. Apart from that, there's really Shelton Benjamin, obviously. I would love to see Kurt Angle, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Goldberg, again, I would love to see that happen as well. I mean, it probably will happen considering he's on the like cover of 2K17 and things like that. I would love that. I would also love NXT to become more of not a developmental brand, but it is really, really good the way it's working. But I would love to see like another brand. I just want another brand in. I'm happy with SmackDown and Raw and NXT, yes, but I would love to see just an innovative brand for maybe Legends or something like that. Have SmackDown spread across more experienced superstars, and then Legends, like part-time workers, just come together. It's maybe only like a monthly show. I don't even know. Like, WWE Network is great. It has your two shows. Well, I've never understood that actually. Why does WWE Network not give you SmackDown and Raw? Don't know, but honestly, like, reality TV shows and that, like Holy Foley, I really like that. Legends House was good. I don't watch it anymore, but Legends House was good because it like most of the superstars were dying and everything, so it was kind of like less and less to watch in the show. Obviously I use WWE Network for pay-per-views, everything like that. Just all the WWE exclusive content that's on that and isn't on regular TV. And I don't even know how long I've been talking for right now, so I don't even know. Let me see. Is there anything else I would really want to talk about? Yes, there is. I would love to book other things I think should happen in, like, because I know there was 2 titles unveiled in SmackDown and Raw. Honestly, I think they should kind of, I don't know who. Well, who's on? Nikki Bella is on SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken. I think they should give her another run with the belt. She was a very, very good Divas champion. She could be SmackDown Women's Champion. In terms of tag teams, I would definitely put the belts on American Alpha. American Alpha can lead the tag team division to high standards. American Alpha are an amazing tag team. but at the same time, I don't want to see Heath Slater go. So if they maybe find a suitable part, that would be a really good way to return. But have a suitable partner for him, and they will be given a contract. He will win the championships and things like that. That would be great. So I don't want to see Heath Slater leave. He wasn't on TV, wasn't as entertaining back a while ago, but honestly, it's kind of like when you see a superstar leave, it kind of like takes a bit of you. Like when CM Punk left, I was shocked. I mean, you could see it in the way he was fighting, but nobody expected him to leave. And then WWE thought it would be a normal thing. They fired him, and it all happened too quickly because I loved CM Punk so much. He was such a good in-ring fighter, such a good out-ring commentator, promo maker, pipe bomb. Everything about him was just so fun to watch, so entertaining to watch. I think they should also call up Austin Aries. I mean, I watch TNA, not as regularly as WWE, but I do watch it sometimes. Austin Aries, his final match before he was called from WWE, before he left for WWE, it was amazing. I mean, he just was there. He was ready. He wasn't even properly trying because he knew this was his last night, and he still put on a great match. Shinsuke Nakamura should obviously kind of carry WWE's NXT kind of center for now. Not forever, but for now. Because that's probably one of the most, I'd say, best 3 wrestlers on the show at the minute, not including Finn Balor because he's out in injury, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, not Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins and Shinsuke, because those 3 just amazing fighters in ring, and they can just do so much. They're so high flying, it just gets the crowd going and everything. And I mean, even though AJ's supposed to be a heel, he's kind of like a Stone Cold kind of heel, if you know what I mean, because like they were trying to push Stone Cold as a heel, but everybody liked him and chose him as a face, so it kind of made everything better for the company itself. I really enjoyed that. That is pretty much it for this podcast. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash the thumbs up button on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, follow on SoundCloud for more of these. There will be exclusive SoundCloud podcasts once a week, hopefully, if I can get them done on Saturday enough, because yes, this will be not as uploaded on as my other channel, because my channel is a gaming channel, but this is the channel I want to get behind. This is the channel I feel I know most about. Stop motions, podcasts, how WWE should book, anything that has to do with wrestling, I will do. Podcasts are the main thing, but anything that has to do with wrestling, I will do. I love doing everything about this. Sorry there is no actual podcast. This is like my channel art. Sorry there's no actual podcast thing at the minute. There will be in the near future. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash thumbs up on the YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, follow on SoundCloud, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.